UFC Fight Night Burns versus Morales just took place, and overall it was a very, very, very good card. Super good fights, high level finishes. Even the women's fights were entertaining. So Tony Has Died, will be breaking down this card, giving you my opinion on everything that happened and telling you who should fight who next. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not going to really be given that many fights to make next because I really don't care who a lot of these people fight next except for the main event. Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. This was a really sad thing to watch. Now listen, I have always liked Gilbert Burns. I've never been like a super big fan of him or whatever. He just needs to retire. Like, there's no other way to put it. Someone needs to sit Burns down and tell him that he needs to just give up, bro. Like, this was his 4th loss in a row, and you could even say before that the people that he lost to were really good. Like, he lost to Chimaev, who's fighting for the belt, lost to Sean Brady, who will probably be fighting for the belt soon, and then everyone else he lost to was Usman, Bilal, and JDM, and they were all champions. So you could be like, oh, okay, maybe he's just fighting the best of the best and he's losing to the best people in the division, but he beats someone like Michael Morales. Michael Morales is good, but prime Burns gives him a fight at least, At least prime Burns would make it a dog fight and maybe beat him or maybe not. But what we saw there was just completely washed. And honestly, I hate to say it, but Burns kind of just, I wouldn't say he quit, but he knew he didn't have it in himself to finish that fight, bro. He took a knee, he got up, he took another knee, and he just got the absolute fuck beat out of him. And I do think that Gilbert Burns needs to hang up his gloves. It was really sad to watch him do that, go out there. Didn't even try to get takedowns. It was bad. But on the good news, the new age of welterweight is here. Ian Gary, Shavkat, Buckley, JDM, Sean Brady, Prates, Morales, all the up-and-coming welterweights have entered the top 5. Not top 5, but all these new prospects are surging, taking out the old guys, and that's just how the sport goes, man. This is the sport that we're in. The young destroy the old. And so anyone that was picking Gilbert Burns was just letting their bias take part of them. I hate to say it, but it's true. Now, who should Morales fight next? Morales can fight the loser of Buckley and Usman, or Morales could fight Michael Venom Page. I think either of those fights makes sense for the division. But yeah, I think Morales looks pretty good. He's going to be a top guy in the division. I see a lot of people hating on him just because the only person he'd beaten is Magny at that point. But, because he was losing the fight until he knocked out Magny. But that's kind of just how a Magny fight goes. Magny had some success against Prates before he knocked him out too. So yeah, Morales is going to be good. Burns, he's done. And that's my opinion on that. So let's move on to the next thing, which is, okay, first we gotta say, I'm really pissed that the fucking Paul Craig fight got canceled, man. That was gonna be a nice knockout for Rodolfo Bellato. It got rescheduled. I don't know when it got rescheduled, but here we got Sadiq Youssef versus Marion Santos. It was a pretty lackluster fight. Nothing crazy really happened. Marion Santos just kind of like out-techniqued Sadiq Youssef, and I don't know how, but Marion Santos looked kind of like chubby. I don't know if that's just me being a dickhead, but Marion Santos kind of looked fat at 155, which is like, how do you have fat on you at 155 pounds? But yeah, Marion Santos just looked like a stronger fighter than Sadiq Youssef. He just kind of out-jabbed him from range, landed some good 1-2s on him, landed some hooks, leg kicked him. He dropped him with a leg kick at one point. Youssef was trying to take Santos down, which is like, you're already small for 155. Why are you trying to take down this bigger guy? It's not going to work. A lot of clinching in the cage. Nothing crazy out of this fight. Marion Santos, he seems like he's going to, he evolved a lot from his last fight. Youssef kind of just looks stale. Youssef will be a good gatekeeper for the division, but Santos is going to climb the rankings. He's young. He's like 24 years old. He has a bright future ahead of him, but I don't think he's going to be anything too crazy. He looked really, I don't know, he just looked weird out there, kind of chubby at 155. I know I just keep saying that, but he out-techniqued Sadiq Youssef, and yeah, that was the fight. Nothing crazy. Zoltan Ruziboev versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Now, here's something that I'm confused about. I remember when Ruziboev first got into the UFC, they were just feeding him to ranked opponents, and now we can see, like, why was Ruziboev getting ranked fights? Like, he got the Buckley fight in his debut or his second fight. I think it's just because he's from a country no one else is from, so they like to like promote those people because everyone from that country will like buy the pay-per-view because it's like their superstar from their country or whatever. Ruziboev, defeated Dustin Stoltzfus 2-1 in my opinion. Ruziboyev got dropped in the first round, but then it was like, oh, it was actually just a head clash of heads. He reversed the position, fucked up Stoltzfus. Second round, he starts landing these crazy spinning wheel kicks on Stoltzfus over and over and over again. Fucks him up. So Stoltzfus keeps taking him down, and then Ruziboyev would reverse it, and Ruziboyev would fuck him up on the feet. Stoltzfus would shoot a takedown. He would get it. He wouldn't do anything with it, and then Ruziboyev would reverse it at the end of each round and then just like fuck him up. Now, at the end of the fight, Ruziboyev called out Bo Nickel, and I actually really, really like this fight. I think it's the perfect fight for both guys. We saw in this fight that Ruziboyev's wrestling isn't really that good. This will be the perfect opportunity for Bo Nickel to show that he can use his high-level wrestling credentials in MMA. It also shows Bo Nickel's weakness. He doesn't really got that dog in him, you know what I mean? It's like, Ruziboyev can't wrestle, but Bo Nickel's kind of like a bitch. I hate to say it, I love Bo Nickel, but he kind of just like didn't look like he could take shots well in the fight that he had with De Ridder. So it's like, will Bo Nickel evolve? This is the perfect fight for Bo Nickel, I think. So I really like the call out that Zoltan put off. This was a good fight, and let's move on to the next one. Julian Erosa versus Miguel Costa. I honestly scored the fight for Erosa, but I don't hate the decision. Like, I don't think it was going to be a robbery either way. That second round, razor close. I know Costa landed some good shots on Erosa in the second round, but I do think that when Erosa landed on Costa in that second round, he was doing more damage. He was walking forward. Costa was on the back foot the whole time. So I did think that Erosa won, but I wouldn't call it a robbery. You know what I mean? So Malik was El Costa. He's basically the new Kevin Holland, fighting every fucking month. Every 2 weeks, he'll decide to take a fight. I saw where he said he wanted to fight 7 times this year. That would be crazy if he was able to do that. Super active, Michael Jackson looking motherfucker. This was a great fight. Third round, they were literally just having a slugfest. Erosa looked like his fucking hands, his bones were made out of titanium, literally swinging at like 2 miles per hour in the third round. But great fight. Miguel Costa and Erosa both should have got fight of the night. I don't know if they did or not. Now we're going on the prelims. So this guy right here, this Mateus Camilo guy. Camilo got fucking submitted by Gabe Green. Gabe Green is terrible, bro. Literally gets fucking starched by everybody in the entire division. He got put into a triangle and an armbar. Volk Ortega moment, survives that, and then he reversed it and finished him, bro. All I'm gonna say is, bro, if you're getting fucking submitted by Gabe Green, you don't belong in the UFC. Alright. Jared Gordon is low-key the most underrated fighter right now in the UFC. Jared Gordon could low-key be on a 6-fight win streak. He got robbed in his last fight. He got robbed against Patty. He got the no contest to Bobby Green. He was winning that fight, and then he got headbutted. If you take those 2 robberies and the 1 no contest and you give them to Jared Gordon, this motherfucker's on a 6-fight win streak. And he said, fuck it, I'm not letting the judges touch this fucking fight. And he knocked Thiago Moises out cold. Starched him, put him in a fucking poster, bro. I think this is the end for Thiago Moises. No one talks about this guy being a fight nerd for some reason. I don't know why. Hey, this guy's the OG fight nerd, alright? Thiago Moises, I think it's the end for him. He's just been getting finished and outdone in every single one of his fights. Jared Gordon puts Thiago Moises out cold, shows him he's not even on his level, bro. So, yeah. Jared Gordon got it done. Listen, Luana Santos, she's fine shite, I guess. She just did what she was always going to do to this Taniara Lisboa girl. Just beat the fuck out of her. This Denise Gomez versus Elise Reed fight. This was a terrible stoppage by Jason Herzog. MMA Guru screaming, "Ref! Stop the fucking fight! Stop the fight!" Literally. The stoppage was terrible. Yeah, but as you can see, Denise Gomez is a man and Elise Reed is a woman. So it was very clear who was going to win this fight from the get-go. Hyung Sung Park, dude, this guy, I was very impressed by this guy. Carlos Hernandez, he has competitive fights with people at flyweight. I do feel bad for him. He's been getting fed to killers. Just got fed to another killer, but wobbled him, took him down, and got the back and got the submission. Very high level stuff from Hyung Sung Park. I'm going to be looking out for this guy in the future. I think he has a good future at flyweight. These Asians are starting to stack up flyweight. Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro. Nothing too much happened in this fight. I'm going to be honest. I turned it on in the third round. Kind of got late into this fight. Didn't watch the whole thing happen. Tisha Pennington wins. I don't think it was a robbery. I think Tisha Pennington should have won. I saw they just booked Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix. I hope Patchy Mix puts Mario Batista out fucking cold. So yeah, that's really all that happened in this card. The only storyline we can really talk about is like the old guard of welterweight is done. The new guard of welterweight is here. The old people like Usman, Colby, it's crazy called Leon old, but he looked washed as fuck against Brady. Overall, I only got 2 fights on this card wrong. I got the Sadiq Yusuff fight wrong, and honestly, as he was walking out, I literally texted my friends and was like, Mario Santos is about to win this. I wish I could switch my pick. And then the only other fight I got wrong was the Gabe Green fight, and that was a crazy upset. So look at the odds on this one. Yeah, those are my takes on the fights and the fight night. I hope everyone has a good day. Like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. Cannot thank you guys enough. And take it easy. Peace.